Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee. This from Oklahoma City. Do you miss the sight, sounds, and smells of the pre-pandemic bar? Well, now you don't have to miss that smell. Miller Lite is releasing candles that'll bring back fonder memories. The candles come in 3 cents, dive bar, beer garden, and game day. Miller Lite says the candles will celebrate the reopening of bars and restaurants across the U.S. and Canada. Miller Lite describes the scents as, for dive bar, mixes scents of musk, tobacco, pine, and yeast to conjure dim lights, a faint glass clinking, and sinus-clearing sensation of a puddle that somehow exists indoors. Beer Garden features green moss, warm pretzel, cracked wood, and sunburn to, quote, evoke a day spent outdoors as the scent of tropical sunscreens mixes with the staple garden eats that fill the air, end quote. Game Day's scents are salted peanut, jalapeno, and cracked leather, mixing top notes of the most ordered bar snacks on game day with subtle power of comfortable cracked leather. I'm not sure what cracked leather is, unless it's just an old couch. The ideal backdrop to a freshly opened bar. And of course, it can't be far behind. The fourth scent will be the Walk of Shame, which is going to smell like ashtray, wine-stained blouse, and used condoms. That's the news. Let's start the show.
Good night, everybody.
As well it should be.
All right. Go ahead and get everybody pulled up. Oh, and there's Skunk. Hey, guys.
So here's my $1 million question on that, Lewis. When are we going to get the smell of the punk bar?
What would that smell like, Skunk?
Well, probably urine and vomit and cigarettes and heroin.
Blood, sweat, and beers.
Yeah, I think that
blood
might be
and
covered under dive bar.
I'm pretty sure that blood and sweat is actually a fight club. So I made the drink.
I saw that. So that's
it.
Crown Royal and Royal Crown.
It was Crown Royal Crown. This is the RCR, like River City Ransom or Royal Crown Review. And I went 50-50 on the mix.
That's not the 33 ouncer, is it?
Huh? What, this?
Yeah. No. Okay.
What, the glass?
Yeah.
It's just a regular drinking glass.
It looked like a 33. All right. I don't know where.
We don't have any fancy glassware in this house. We literally have two glasses that are made out of actual glass in this house. I own both of them. One is my Christmas present from this past year, which is my sister hand etched this. It's meat wad. It's meat wad. She hand etched that by hand with an etching tool. And so this was my Christmas present this year, which I love it. Other one I have is this one right here. It's Pabst Blue Ribbon glass.
Oh, wow.
I was using it as an ashtray temporarily because we had misplaced the ashtray for a minute. We had guests over. There was ashtrays everywhere. But anyway, so I made the drink. It's 50-50 mix. So it's 50% Royal Crown Cola and 50% Crown Royal liqueur or whatever it's supposed to be. I don't know. It's like a blended whiskey or something, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So it's not a real whiskey. It's a blended whiskey.
It's a liquor. Yeah.
And let me tell you, those two together, we're making the joke that this was going to be the cure for COVID-19, or it was going to make every molecule in your body explode at once, or or turn me into a dog person. I don't know. We didn't know what this stuff was going to do, right? When we mix it together, it was the whole joke. It's the redundancy of the Royal Crown Royal, But I'll tell you what it actually tastes like. It doesn't taste quite like a whiskey and Coke because of the Royal Crown and the Crown Royal are not two things that are normally used in those kind of mixes. So it's a bit more oaky, but also a bit more sour.
Yeah.
And it's definitely got a bite to it. It's for me, for my tastes in alcohol, I like it. I like it a lot. I don't drink a whole lot of liquor anymore because I usually get way out of control with it. This is going to be the only drink I have. I might switch back over to regular light beer after this if we're still going. But this is definitely the kind of drink that I like. It's just got enough bite to it, enough of those earthy tones. It's not a sweet drink.
Right.
Oh, so first order of business, Stupid O'Clock wants to send the condolences out to Liberty Con family and rest of the Con family.
Oh, James.
Yeah, we've lost another one to the Miley Cyrus.
You can't do it. Don't even try doing it because he does it so well. I can't even do it. So that's the one thing, Brian, that you have on me is I can't do that spiel.
Yeah, but our condolences out to the Cochran family.
Yeah, James was it wasn't somebody I knew very well, but I remembered him. So as I saw the photo, I'm like, okay, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He was a good dude, but a boisterous one.
Oh,
See, once he got over to the barfly party and got a few drinks in him, he was a little loud. That's really what I remember about him. He was loud, he's opinionated, but he was fun. He's a great dude to hang out with. I really wish I could have hung out with him more. But shit happens.
Yeah. And what are you drinking, Dan? Guinness?
No, close though. It is an oatmeal stout.
Ah, yes.
And it's quite nice. It has it doesn't have the chocolatey overtones of one of the fancier things that's come out here lately, but it's a very nice basic stout.
John's drinking a boat. What are you actually drinking, John?
It's Sam Adams.
Sam Adams Porch Rocker.
It's completely green, isn't it? I know which label you're talking about now. Yeah.
Let me see here.
No.
We have the Porch Rocker and the Skunk Rocker. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's sort of a blue green, so it'll show up on either one of those.
Well, you could try it on blue screen mode. See what happens.
Let's see here.
I want to know.
Let's see here. Go down to green and blue. Blue.
Hey,
it still works.
It actually works better on blue, I think.
Well, you got rid of no, it works better on green, but the letters blend in better on blue. They weren't blending in very well on green. See?
Yeah.
No, well, the letters are blue. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do it. So if you had that color as your background, you could have the best of both worlds.
Hey.
I made John think for a second.
Yeah.
I'm an engineer. I do think about things like that. You know?
Lewis,
What you do is you put
what are
up
you drinking?
a projector screen.
Nothing.
The right frequency of blue or green light
You
reflected
should
on
probably
it,
be
so you
drinking
can switch them
something.
back
I'm
and
not
forth.
saying
But
you should be
I
drinking
do have a
alcohol
whole-
because I know you're a bit of a teetotaler, but you stay hydrated, my friend.
Well, I normally have a bottle of water here, but I
My
did
big
not
question for Lewis
this
is what
evening.
time will dinner be ready tomorrow night?
Red beans and rice, buddy. Red beans and rice.
Now, is the rice going to be cooked on the Blackstone, or will it
No.
still be danced?
Everything's going to be cooked in a slow cooker for 8 hours.
Ah, okay.
So somebody's making a reference to something that I don't understand.
What?
Well, Joe was asking that like we should know why you cooking dinner tomorrow is so important.
I posted on Facebook that I was soaking my kidney beans overnight.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Lewis has been gracing us with the wonder that is his cooking.
And I'm
Or
about to start.
at least the visual of it, since we're not close enough to enjoy it.
And I'm about to starve to death on it.
I got to enjoy good cooking all the time because I live with Joe. Not this Joe, different Joe Blair. So I get to enjoy great cooking all the time. And the other night, he made some chicken. And at first, I didn't realize he made chicken. He kept saying he was making chicken. I walked in there. There's this plate of long rice, right? It's like teriyaki long rice. And what I could only describe as a potato. And I'm like, I thought you were making chicken. And he's like, I did make chicken. That's the size of the chicken breast he bought. You could have thrown this chicken breast at somebody. You would have taken him out. It's fucking huge. Oh, holy crap. There's a chicken breast the size of a beer can. It was holy.
What is that?
Great.
Pound of red beans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says right there, net
If
weight,
you're going to
1 pound.
do it right, you're going to have leftovers anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Red beans and rice actually best the second day.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, because everything has time to all.
Same with my chili. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chili the same way. And, I'm going to have some andouille sausage in there. So the beans get to absorb a lot of that spice. And
That and, most rice dishes, strangely enough, are better with day-old rice.
yeah, well,
Fried rice is day-old, that's.
Yeah, when I make fried rice, I always make the rice the day before, keep it in the fridge overnight, and then.
Yep.
Much better. There you go. Take it outie.
Which begs the $1 million question that I'm currently having right now. Why is it that some foods, there's a lot of them too, benefit from being left out overnight and just getting some of that fresh air? Normally, you don't do that. Normally, you're supposed to keep everything
flavors to mingle.
Because Alton Brown talks about it when you make French toast. What do you do when you make French toast? You take the bread.
Right then.
You take the bread out of the package, you throw it in the milk and egg mixture, and then you throw it on the frying pan and fry it up, right?
Yep.
You add you little bit of butter, a little bit of
But if you let that bread get stale first,
exactly. That's what he said. Leave it out overnight.
there's a little crispy edge.
That's he said to leave it out overnight because not only does the stale bread have that crispy edge, like Lewis is talking about, it also becomes spongier and will absorb more egg and milk. And I'm sitting there
because it's
like,
dehydrated.
As somebody who's allergic to eggs, I don't want my French toast to absorb any more egg than it already does. French toast is one of the few egg-based products I can actually eat. I don't need it to include more egg.
Alton Brown.
I am so sorry. You will never be able to enjoy the thing that Lindsay's been making me for the past few weeks. She's got a breakfast casserole that she's been doing. It's eggs and sausage and onion and bell pepper and lots of cheese. And she put it in a casserole dish, put it in the oven, bake it up nice and
that's huevos rancheros.
Sort of, yeah. But
I mean, except that it's in a casserole. Huevos rancheros would just be an entree, made in skillet and put on the plate. But it sounds awesome.
It is. I've got a jar of salsa verde at work in one of the refrigerators, so I will microwave my little portion. It's about the size of it's huge, but anyway, I'll microwave it until the cheese is kind of melty, cut it up and put spoonfuls of the salsa on it. And I get the mild because I can't tolerate really, really hot stuff, but it just adds to the flavor of the bell peppers and the onions and the sausage really well, and the cheese sets it off just absolutely. But
the cheese binds it and smooths it.
Yeah, and now since she has started that, I have gained an extra 15 pounds.
And
I
I
have
think
told
we've done cleared Carleen plumb out of the room talking about food.
Food again.
We start her to
Poor
death
girl.
every time we
Somebody
All
do
needs
right,
to
all
talk
right,
about
all right,
food.
all right. I could change the subject because there is something I wanted
No,
to get.
because the foods. I like the ideas because I'm already plotting what I'm gonna fix for breakfast in the morning.
Well,
Yeah.
next time we have a decent day and I can get out there on the flat top, I'm going to make some O'Brien potatoes and eggs and mix them together on the flat top. That ought to be good because O'Brien potatoes is just diced potatoes with diced bell pepper and diced onion, just
I'm sold already.
stir fried together, and then you crack some eggs and loosely scramble them on the flat top so that they're
With-
not over beaten.
Yeah.
And then just scrape them and mix them together and throw some
military scrambled eggs.
jalapeno cheese on top. What?
Military
Military-
scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've made those on a flat top before, where you've got this giant carton of mixed eggs, and you just pour it on the flat top and just keep it from burning. That's all you can do. Just keep moving it, keep it from burning, and pop it on the plates as they go by.
Well, one of the things that Lindsay's been fixing me for my lunch this week, she has something that we kind of joke and call her Airaid Casserole, and it's something her family passed down from World War II from stuff that they made in the air raid shelters.
Uh-huh.
And it's basically like a kielbasa or some kind of sausage, and potatoes, tomatoes, stewed tomatoes, and onion, and it's put it in a casserole dish once again, and bake it until it's done. I think you brown the sausage lightly first, and a little bit of salt and pepper, a dash of vinegar, and the stuff is like, and it's wonderful, and it's not a thick tomatoey sauce. It's really thin, so you have a little bit left over to sop up with your cornbread or whatever to put a southern twist on it. But it's awesome. It's awesome.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
It does sound good. Sorry about that. My weather radio went off.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Apparently,
an
I'm
important
about to get
thing.
hit by another thunderstorm. So
we've been
Should we be ducking? I'm already in my bunker.
we've been under a
you
tornado
should be
watch
getting it right about now. As a matter
before
of
I
fact,
got off from work today. So evidently, the ones that they were warning us about at 3 o'clock ripped through town about 20 miles north of here, but I haven't heard anything about any damage. A lot of wind damage, but no real tornado, rip things to shreds sort of action.
Okay. Well, I am dead in the path.
yeah.
Guesstimating about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's going down
So
below.
I'm going to go
me,
upstairs. I'm going to go upstairs and gather my wife and pup and bring them down here
Oh,
just to be safe. So
Yeah, definitely.
All right, are you gonna duck out?
Yep. I will
All
see
right.
you guys next time.
All right, we'll
All
see you
right.
Saturday
Be
night.
safe.
All right.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
hunker down like a good Georgia fan. Hunker down.
You
Go
know
Tigers. Go Tigers.
You know as well as I do, a Georgia fan be out on the front porch yelling at the darn thing with a shotgun in the hand going, come and get some.
Be more like, get off my lawn. Bye.
Good night, Lewis.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
I hate to say it, guys, but we may cut this one short because I already know I don't feel like that after show, and I am feeling rough tonight.
oh.
Better not.
What?
Don't you dare.
Don't I dare what?
Man, this is the thing I look forward to every week. Man, we can't cut it short.
I look forward to.
Yeah, actually, I look forward to it also. But actually, one of the reasons we started this show is to give us all something to do while we were all pretty much locked down. And the world's coming back.
We are no.
Well, they can go away again.
No, you're acting like. Oh, first of all, Jodoc, you're acting like you don't enjoy this.
Well,
you do.
I'm fixing to gear up for Halicon.
And?
That wears me out.
Well, I'm saying that
we're not gonna end it, but Thursday nights we might cut back to an hour.
I don't know about all that.
That's just something I'm considering.
Well, too bad with the storm and everything, Lewis left because there was something I wanted to ask him about.
Oh. Well, write it down last weekend.
Oh, that's the thing in the
boat in the canal. Yeah. They're digging it out with a single backhoe.
Tactical nuke could fix it real quick.
Yeah, what they need.
I don't think we should be talking about nuking the Middle East.
Why? They want to.
My personal opinion about it is if we have developed drills that can go through 6 miles of solid rock, 3 feet of glass ain't no problem.
Y'all are horrible.
Yes, we are, and
y'all are horrible.
We were talking about Alton Brown, and I've got
I so thought you were going to go somewhere else with that. I'm so glad you didn't.
We were talking about Alton Brown, and he's got a meatloaf recipe spicy meatloaf.
Oh.
And the only thing that's odd about it is one of the ingredients he puts in it is carrot.
Mm-hmm. That does strike me as odd.
Yeah, just
he has a lot of weird stuff though, like that.
Which
it'd have to be cooked really soft to go with the meatloaf.
You shave it. You shave it. You put carrot shavings in it, basically.
So
but not Lewis's shaving lotion he's talking about.
Oh no.
But the thing I wanted to ask Lewis about, because he keeps up with the news. He has to. It's his job. And it's something that I'm pretty sure that Joe might have heard something about. John might have heard something about. Dan, you don't live around here, so I'm sure you're out of the loop entirely.
Oh yes, I'm out of the loop no matter what.
The deal with the hotel in East Ridge and the city council trying to find housing for homeless people, and the hotel was like, yeah, sure, we'll do it. We'll house people. We have no problem with that. And then the mayor of East Ridge was like, whoa, what are you doing? You can't do that. And it's big old kerfuffle online and all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah. Basically what happened is the city of Chattanooga just offered a big section of our homeless population a place a big hotel to stay in, one of those extended stay hotels.
Mm-hmm.
Is going to cover their room fee and help them get off the feet. Problem is, it's in East Ridge.
Yeah, and
out of the city limit.
So Chattanooga offered a hotel in some other.
I don't believe that's exactly how it went down. Like the way Joe Doc's describing it is accurate, but it's also misleading. I think Chattanooga, with this hotel in particular, Chattanooga was trying to find a hotel, or not a hotel, but a place in general they could go. Spoke to a bunch of different property owners and business owners, and this hotel agreed. They were like, we will have these people stay with us. It's fine. We'll foot the bill. We want to help.
Yeah.
The problem is that it's in East Ridge, and the East Ridge mayor is not happy with it. And there's of course, the controversy is less that honestly, the controversy is very much less whether or not Chattanooga can do this, because yeah, sure, the hotel is in East Ridge, but the business owner in East Ridge was the one who okayed it. City of Chattanooga didn't force this on the hotel owner. So the government's really just saying like, oh, cool, you'll help out with this? Awesome. Cool. And the East Ridge mayor is saying like, whoa, you didn't clear this with us. But again, to me, from what my perspective is reading on this, the controversy really isn't that the controversy with East Ridge mayor specifically is that he feels like the city of Chattanooga overstepped their bounds going to an East Ridge hotel because it's two separate cities. Okay, I get that. But the people online, the people who are commenting on this on Facebook and news sites and stuff like that, that's not their problem. Their problem is, oh, you're going to bring homeless to East Ridge? Well, that's just going to create more crime and drugs. That's literally the only complaint I'm seeing, is people just saying, oh, the homeless are going to bring crime and drugs, because apparently it's already happened. Because it happened back in like 2015 when they tried the same exact thing. And I read through the articles that my buddy Jacob sent me, because he lives in East Ridge. He was showing me, it's like, this is what happened back in 2015. And I'm sitting there reading through the articles going like, well, I don't have all the full context. I was living here at the time. I don't even remember any of this happening, you know. I was up in I was up there in I just moved back from Knoxville, so I don't have any context for what's going on here. Or I might have still been living in Knoxville in 2015. I don't remember, but I don't remember any of this happening at all, you know. And I have no context. I have no idea. So that's why I wanted to get a different perspective from other people. You know, do you guys remember that happening back in 2015? John, Joe? I was wanting to ask. Lee.
I remember something about it. Of course, that was back when I couldn't.
That hotel got closed down for violation. It had a lot of crime in that hotel,
and it was falling in. They've completely rebuilt this one. Actually, I looked at that hotel for HalloCon when they reopened.
I have balls in here.
What?
I'm going to take my hoodie off. It's really hot in here.
I actually looked at that hotel. They just don't have any function space.
Is the problem that the mayor of East Ridge thinks that Chattanooga overstepped their bounds? Or
yeah, that's the mayor of East Ridge's problem. And I
mean, it's a private business. They can do whatever they want. The mayor of East Ridge doesn't own them.
Well, the mayor of East Ridge was the one that closed them down the last time for all those violations.
Yeah,
they've only just recently
reopened. Yeah, and
so now he can't close them down again to keep the homeless people that he hates so much out.
I don't think
East Ridge.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think, again, I don't think the mayor of East Ridge is like sitting there saying, I don't want homeless people in my town. I think he's saying city of Chattanooga has no right to do that. But again, it's not necessarily the city of Chattanooga. I think it's the business owner. Oh, and by the way, since I'm wearing a shirt that has no sleeves, I'm going to give Carly a trip to the gun show.
Yeah. I think where East Ridge has the problem is the city Chattanooga did this without consulting them.
Exactly. I think that's the mayor of. So I'm trying not to throw any zero shade whatsoever on the mayor of East Ridge. I don't think that he's I don't think he's probably anti-homeless. I don't think he's like, oh, the homeless people are bad and they're going to be crime and terror and it's going to suck. I think he's just like, I want to help these people. This is not the way to do it, and I wasn't consulted at all. Nobody asked me my opinion, is what I think it is. And then so he's upset about it. Plus, I think, given the history of that hotel, he's probably sitting there just being all like, "What are you nuts?"
Yeah, but
somehow, the city of Chattanooga came up with $400,000 to do this. Somehow, I think the guy who owns that hotel is kind of, hey, I'll do it just to piss off the mayor of East Ridge.
Really. And for the 400 grand.
Payback is a bitch, motherfucker. Okay.
Carly, you're the only one here that I felt would appreciate it. I mean,
Young Guns.
Because Christian isn't here.
That we know of.
I think Christian would like to see a trip to the gun show. Actually, those when we had a buddy of mine and Joe's, who's a wrestler, who stayed the night here, and he came down. I was already been home, and he came down. He showed up. He walks in, and we talked for a little bit and stuff, and I started getting ready for bed, and I took my shirt off, and I was wearing a tank top underneath. And he turned around, he looked, and he went, "I've never seen you without a jacket on." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I've never seen you without a jacket on, man. You got some arms there." It's like, I was actually surprised. I thought underneath your jacket you were a toothpick.
He's a stick.
Because every I guess every punk guy he's ever met, he takes his jacket off, and it's just like, it's like, no, I lift all day. That's my whole entire job, is to do nothing but lift. So,
and you can't wear a jacket when you're wrestling either, can you?
Technically, no, but some people do.
Oh, wow. You can tell I'm out of the loop.
Like, I'm not supposed to, but I've seen people do it. I've seen people wrestle. I've seen people wrestle in everything.
What do we got? You in trouble now, huh?
If you want to take things that I said out of context, I have a couple of choice phrases for you.
Careful.
Oh, I'm gonna be nice-ish.
That'll be a refreshing change.
You don't need the Mrs. Dark Pope upset with us.
Really?
She scares me, and I've never met her in person. She scares me as much as Mickey does.
She's very Mickey. Her and Mickey would get along, and that right there is a terrifying thought.
Her and Mickey, not only would her and Mickey will either be like two peas in a pod or can't stand each other. They're that much alike.
I'm thinking two peas in a pod because they both have a good sense of humor. They know that they can screw around, and joke with each other. I was gonna say screw around with each other, but that just came out wrong.
That's the wrong image. Yeah, that's definitely the wrong image.
And Mickey, was you talking about skunk? And Carl's right. Carl says
Carl, you said Carl's right, but no. You and Carl agree. That doesn't make Carl right.
I think Donna Carly is totally adorable.
I think Miss Donna Carly is a wonderful lady. She doesn't scare me at all. I love her. I think she's great. And every time that she's on a show, like she's on like Clever Title Pending or TED Talks or something like that, I go and watch it. Yeah. I do. I go out of my way to watch it because she's always a joy to be around. So, yeah. What do you think about that, Joe?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, Carl looks at his Donna the way I look at my Donna. Our heart flutters. We get knots in our stomach. We almost get a little shaky. It's not love, it's fear.
I was gonna ask.
And the first phrase out of your mouth is "Put that frying pan down, honey."
I was gonna ask you if you were gonna. I thought where you were gonna go with that was that I look at my Donna. I look at my Donna the way that I think Carl looks at his Donna the way that you look at your Donna. 500 feet away through a high-powered scope.
No.
That don't work for either couple.
I'll deny it. So anyway, but no, I really wanted to get Lewis's opinion on that because he's going to know more about it than I would. or any of
Oh,
us
yeah.
would. He's just going to have the inside track.
Yeah, he's got better connections.
Yeah,
Well, I'm quite sure it has been talked about on his station.
I'm sure it has, because it was a big news story. On at least on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think what it was one city made a decision to do something in another city without the other cities consulting with them.
That is, like I said, that is East Ridge's position.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even talk to us about doing this. But people who live in the area on all the other different news sites and the Facebook pages for news corporations in the local area, WRCB and Talk Radio and etc., they were the ones who were just being like, don't bring homeless people to East Ridge. I don't think the mayor of East Ridge wasn't saying that. And again, I think that he hates the homeless problem. He doesn't hate the homeless. I don't know. I could be completely off base on that. That's not what he said, is what I'm saying. But these people were very much homeless people only bring crime and drugs. And I'm like, I'm not in any position. As somebody who's lived in his car before and have known people who've lived lived on the streets and stuff like that, I'm going to err on the side of like, it wasn't like that for us. We weren't those people. I can see where they're coming from. I think especially because when Jacob posted those links for me, showing me those old news sites, the news reports from back in the day, I'm looking at that going, okay, so there was a lot of crime and stuff down there, but it feels like there was a lot of crime and stuff at that place anyway, prior to and after even. It just seems like that's a bad area. It's not the best area of East Ridge in the first place. And I just think that there was already a lot of problems there. I can't say for certain if the people who were impoverished being moved in there made things better or worse. I can't say that for certain. And I do know that there's a lot of people who are disadvantaged, we'll say, who do commit crime, and some of them are doing it out of desperation. Some of them are doing it because drugs. That's the whole reason they're impoverished in the first place. They're addicted to drugs, and I can't really comment on that. I have no way of saying anything. What am I gonna say? I'm just some jerk on the internet. You know what I mean? But these people are just being. And I'm cleaning up the language. They're vicious about this.
Oh, yeah.
They are just adamant that this is going to make East Ridge into this horrible, which some of the comments that I saw were great, because people were like, you're comparing this to Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. It's East Ridge. It's already a shithole.
One of the problems is, apparently, a lot of the people they're trying to put in these rooms are people with their families.
Yeah.
They've got kids. Okay. Where are the kids going to school and daycare?
Oh,
somebody's got to pay for that. Is Chattanooga going to pay the East Ridge City school system to put those kids in their schools? It's all
under Hamilton County. They all.
Yeah, that's going to be under Hamilton County.
Yeah,
so that would be a county issue more than anything else. And I think
if the county,
I was going to say, if the county said, yes, they're going to East Ridge, the mayor could still make that same argument, but he wouldn't have so much of a leg to stand on, because he's basically telling his superiors off. This is a different city. So it's a really weird political thing. But again, I like I said, I don't think he's anti-homeless people. I think he's just saying nobody consulted us. It's sort of like if you were working in if you were working for a company, right? And let's say the company you're working for moves another branch of the company into your offices. And it's up and say, all right, we're gonna take this, we split this section into quarters, and this third quarter right here is going to be this other department. We're just gonna move them right in, right? And you were the head of that floor, and you were saying, whoa, hold up, you never asked us if it was okay to move another department into my department. We're already busy up here. You never even asked us. I think that's what's going on there, right? It's the idea of like, you never even asked in the first place. It might not be that big of an issue if you would just ask. And I think that's the problem with him. Meanwhile, the employees who work on that floor are sitting there just being all like, well, it's the janitorial staff. We don't want the janitorial staff on our floor. They stink. They smell like sawdust and puke.
And for
I'm not saying homeless
Carl,
people smell like sawdust and puke.
Yeah. And for Carl and Donna, it would sort of be like Chicago's cutting a deal with a hotel in Rosemont to
good example
take in
well, that's going to be one of the other problems. Like I said, is getting kids to school and daycare.
Yeah.
You're going to have more buses. You're going to have a bus go to that hotel to pick up kids.
Well, see, that all falls under the county.
Right.
But here's
the way the school system's set up.
So here's my $1 million question now. Right? Here's my $1 million question. Patton Towers is right there.
Patton Towers.
I saw the look on John's face.
You don't know what happened to the Patton Towers? Patton Towers are now luxury condos.
Oh, hell they ain't.
I
drive past Patton Towers every single day on my new route at work. I drive past Patton Towers every single day, and let me tell you, there's still a bunch of people outside who, if I would not want to be caught on 11th after dark. I'm just saying that. And the thing is that on 11th, if from Patton Towers, if you go back towards the police station, you find the tent city. It's right there. I have to go next to
right my doctor's office.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I deliver there every day.
Oh, okay.
I do. I know exactly where you're talking about. I have to go there every day. I think it's the weirdest. Okay, that is the weirdest looking police station in the world, by the way. Every time I go past that, I just think about the police station from Mad Max.
Okay, so Carl knows what we're talking about.
Police officer shirtless wearing an ascot.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. Have you seen that building, John? On the police station on 11th?
Do you know what the police station used to be?
Well, it looks like it used to be a liquor store, but you go ahead and tell me, Joe.
It was the farmer's market.
That makes sense. That's what it looks like.
Do something with them cattle pens.
I'm telling you, man, it's the weirdest looking building I've ever seen. And they painted it. Okay, they painted this station. They did not paint it a police officer style like navy blue. It would have made sense if they had done that. They shouldn't have painted it at all. But instead, they painted it like bright white and sky blue, and it looks so weird. It looks like a police station you'd see in Tijuana.
What are you doing, John?
He's changing.
That's what made that was what happened to that. That's what actually happened to that container ship that's stuck in the Suez Canal.
They put the brakes on to keep from hitting Godzilla and King Kong, huh?
Well, no, King Kong and Godzilla were fighting on top of it. And it steered out of control. Or no, wait, they made a bridge so that King Kong and Godzilla could fight on because they didn't want to go in the water, even though Godzilla likes the water. I don't know. But anyway, no, Carl was talking about Cabrini Green being closed, which I know one person that used to live in Cabrini Green, and he was glad to get out of there. That's how bad Cabrini Green was. He says he's proud to have been there. He's proud to have been from there, but proud to have moved away and bettered his life.
It's kind of like a Vietnam veteran. They were happy to get home.
Proud of the tour of duty that they served, protecting their country, protecting democracy, but they don't want to go back.
Sounds like high school.
You were protecting democracy. Never mind.
Wasn't that violent?
Well, there wasn't any napalm, but you know.
It depends on the high school.
You obviously didn't go to Red Bank.
No.
No, John, we went to Hickson at about the same time.
I went to Ringgold, the school that is famous for having a suicide in the parking lot. So,
not the claim to fame one wants to brag about.
Yeah, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that's the one thing. Okay, let me rephrase. That is the thing that the bad thing the school's known for. That everybody's like,
That's the one everybody remembers, whether you want them to or not.
Exactly. Nobody ever talks about the fact that they were state wrestling champions like 14 years in a row or whatever, or the fact that that
was the girls' thing.
The Ringgold band, John, or the fact that the Ringgold marching tiger band or whatever the hell Tracy calls it, they've played like presidential inaugurations and stuff like that. Nobody ever talks about that stuff. No, suicide in the parking lot. That's what everybody remembers. Hey, I'll say this though. All of that being said, we're still better than Ridgeland. I'm gonna come right out and say it. But you can have all of that money and all of those grants and buy all of the computer labs and theatrical pyro and lights and everything you want for your football team. You're still the high school in Rossville. You still suck. You will never get over that fact. Don't even try. I'm only throwing shade on them because I hate them. I remember they had a JROTC thing at Ridgeland. This is a true story. I had a JROTC thing at Ridgeland, and Ridgeland won in every category. And then I found out that the judges for the event were all from Ridgeland. And I was like, does nobody sees a conflict of interest here? Not one person saw a conflict of interest here. When we went down to the National Guard Armory and had it was a JROTC like drill and competition and stuff like that, we actually placed. We didn't place very high. It was like 5th or something, but out of like 10 schools. But, we weren't dead last like we were at Ridgeland. I was like, what's going on here? That was pretty cool. We got to go to the PX.
Hey.
They let us because we were cadets. It was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money. But they let us.
It's safe. These kids are broke.
What was really crazy about going to the PX though? Is that the seniors that went with us went to the PX, right? It didn't matter that some of them were 17. They went to the PX and bought cigarettes. all the seniors, they were like, well, I'm a senior in high school. And they were like, okay, I will sell you cigarettes. I was sitting there just being like, dude, homie, give me a pack.
On a lot of military bases, if you go into the recreational areas like the day rooms and such like that, they still have cigarette vending machines.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I haven't seen one of those. I can actually tell you the last time I saw one of those, John. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Because it was, let's see. It was pre-pandemic, but after I already moved back. Me and a buddy of mine went to Images before it closed. And they still had a cigarette vending machine. And I walked in and looked at it and went, Do you have a cigarette vending machine? I haven't. I mean, when's the last time you've seen a cigarette vending machine? And the guy behind the counter goes, "Oh, honey, I don't even need to see your ID. You're definitely old enough."
We our day room in Berlin, we had beer vending machines.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say
12-ounce canned beers, and when I first got there, they were $1.25, and it's like Budweiser, Heineken, and I can't remember what the other ones were.
You didn't have German beers in there?
Well, no, it was the 12-ounce cans. They don't really have that in Germany, or they do now. They didn't back then.
Okay,
but it was from the PX, so it was all the PX beer, the Budweiser.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, the U.S. Navy used to have the Navy Supply School, Supply Corps School in Athens. Beautiful place, huge campus there, and it was famous for not only their PX, but in some of the buildings they would have vending machines that had bottled beer. You just walk up, yeah, you know. If you were on campus, you were old enough, and you had clearance because kids would not be allowed to visit there.
All right.
So
and they got an armed guard at the front gate, so yeah, it kind of keeps the kids
there wasn't any armed guards anywhere on the that I know of. There might have been some somewhere, but I'm sure they had a shore patrol. But being as how far inland we are, the term shore patrol is kind of strange.
Berlin had an office of the Navy.
Berlin,
Germany, yes, had an office of the Navy. Which I laughed every time I walked past that door.
Did they wear fancy uniforms like the Swiss Navy?
I don't know. I actually, I don't think I think I saw a Navy guy once, and he was wearing dress whites, the short sleeve dress whites. I don't know. I wish Lewis was here. I'd ask him, but had all his awards and everything on it, and his name tape, short sleeve white shirt, white slacks, and black shoes. So. And he was indoors, so I didn't see what hat he was wearing. I don't know if I didn't see his rank either because he was moving kind of fast. But I was kind of shocked that it was a Navy guy. You have to expect to see Marines because the State Department building was right next door, so you have to expect to see Marines. But a Navy guy.
It's kind of like running into a pilot on a submarine, huh?
No, that's actually not too unusual.
Really?
Yes. How do you think they resupply submarines?
Well, actually, I was thinking more of.
Of course, you've ever seen how they
launch a plane from a submarine, but
not unheard of.
No, not unheard of. The Japanese have done it.
Let's see, what was that? They just I read something recently. They're starting to use drones to resupply submarines. The little helicopter drones.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they can land on a submarine while it's underway in rough seas, and helicopters can't resupply like that. So
yeah. Plus, there's nobody aboard, so if somebody messes up, you haven't lost a person.
Which is kind of cool if all your resupplies are less than 50 pounds. So,
yeah.
It's just
I sometimes wonder about the weight of capabilities of some of the drones that I've read about.
Well, the Navy, for a long time, going back into the 50s, had a drone on board destroyers that was like a little mini helicopter. And it carried 2 anti-submarine warfare torpedoes. And those
ain't light.
No, that dates back decades.
It was probably just a remote control helicopter.
Basically. But that's basically a drone. I mean, that's all drones are, basically. And because it didn't have any, it was a little bit, well, there were really lightweight torpedoes because the drone was doing all the traveling, basically.
Yeah.
And it would get overhead, of course, drop them right on top of submarines, which a sub will only go down about 1,000 feet. So basically, you only have to travel about a quarter mile. So, and gravity's helping. So,
Yeah. The guidance system would probably be the most difficult part of that.
acoustic, it goes active when it hits the water, and it's literally right on top of the submarine. So, ain't no hiding from that. That's the easiest way to find a submarine is to get right on top of it. If you can. So
Yeah.
Skunk looks like he's from an 80s horror movie.
I mean, I look like that all the time. What's different?
Yeah, really. You should say thank you. That's what I was going for.
So I take it Sean Thompson is a friend of yours.
Oh, is Sean here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the managers in the wrestling show.
Oh, okay.
Why did he say?
We need to get some of those guys on here.
You know, that would be a great idea. Is one night we'll have a wrestling show and Skunk can bring on some buddies there.
I mean, I'd be completely honest with you. I'd love to do it, but it's just get some of those guys on here. It's gonna be difficult. They're usually busy. They have shows.
Yeah,
They have lives.
I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't go that
thing
far.
about us live casting to YouTube is now I can see the YouTube comments while I'm sitting here with y'all. There's no little bitty sidebar, and I don't have to look at postage stamps. I can have the full screen on the main computer and have the comments on the iPad, and I've been looking for that. I mean, I can't do it the other way around.
Well, we're always broadcasting to YouTube, so you can always do that. Even when we can go back to that other network,
that other platform.
Of course,
y'all remain nameless until they start playing nice.
Yeah, until they start playing nice. Because I'll be honest with you, this is my attitude.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
Oh, I am so glad I can see those now. Oh, before it would just been.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to grab some liquid refreshment, and I will be back momentito.
All right.
Alrighty.
We just got another hour to go.
Well, that shouldn't be all that hard.
Yeah. We just got to get on a good roll. All right.
Well, drop some topics. We'll pop a cap in something.
Sean, as long as you don't do it on camera, because that is a big no-no on all platforms.
Yeah, really. I mean, Skunk and I are running a risk with the, street legal tobacco, but
I didn't even have to look at the comment. I already knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And God save us if either one of us ever actually attempted to roll our own on screen.
Yeah,
even if it was tobacco, nobody would know.
Yeah.
And Joe Dog would get in a world of trouble.
Yep. I actually know channels that have been removed.
I wouldn't doubt it. I imagine there will be protests from places where that is actually legal, but on channels broadcast, you can't control where someone is who is watching.
No, I mean, we're talking about people with a couple 100,000 viewers or subscribers.
Gone.
Channel gone.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't play with that stuff.
Yep, that's
Even
even worse
though
than a
it's becoming-
copyright strike.
Even though it's becoming legal, I mean, it's a
Yeah, maybe they, maybe if they did, they'd chill out.
yeah. And from what I'm understanding now, our strike was a viewer complaint. The bots took over, and Facebook fully believes the bots are always right.
Well, yeah, how could they ever be wrong?
That's because there's no people at Facebook. There's just bots.
They're programmed about the smartest intelligence in the world.
Mm-hmm.
The commanding lord, Zuckerberg.
Well, that's nothing. Did y'all see where I got fact checked on my COVID-19 vaccine comments?
Haven't seen that yet.
Just because it said COVID-19.
Yeah, I got fact checked on my experience with the vaccine.
Oh, you were talking about what side effects that you
Yeah.
felt from getting the inoculation.
Yeah. How my arm bled, how I felt like shit. Guys, I have felt like shit ever since I've had that shot a week and a half ago.
Well, I probably won't notice it then because I feel like shit most of the time. I'm
Oh.
old.
Yeah. But I feel worse.
Lindsay and I have not yet been successful in scheduling any chance to go and get a shot. So the state has changed the laws twice now this month.
Yeah.
And every place that we call and try and get an appointment, they're going, "You're not old enough."
Well, now in Georgia, it's 18 and up.
The facilities
really?
that are offering the vaccine that we are in our area,
Yeah.
that we have been able to contact and actually get somebody to answer the phone, are still going by the older than 65 and essential worker and whatnot. The categories from a month ago, they have not updated their database with any of the new lowering of the age limits.
Yeah. Oh, just keep after them. Keep after them.
Well, if I could get a shot to where I could trust going to the Atlanta airport, I could make $1,000 off of a favor for a friend going out to Texas and driving a moving van back. Lady just inherited a bunch of furniture and stuff, and she needs somebody to drive a truck.
Well, I'm House of Pfizer now, so.
Well, I ain't telling you her name because you'll go get that $1,000.
Damn straight I will.
Anyway, it would be saving her $5,000 if I did it.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, Dan, I couldn't make that drive back.
Oh, you're back, yeah.
Yeah. A ride to Memphis in my nice, cushy riding car. I spend most of Friday in pain. So I get Saturday at the convention, and then Sunday, I'm just dreading the ride home. Shoot, a trip to Atlanta about kills me now.
Yep. I've noticed since I picked up this extra 15 pounds, it kind of hurts just to sit up straight in the car and drive home.
Yeah.
Especially after a work day where I've been hunched over a computer screen or physically doing a bunch of work. But get in the car and it's like all this extra weight. My ribs are being compressed and whatnot. And I'm going, I didn't used to feel this way. Well, you've never been 185 pounds before either, have you, boy?
I made it to 180 once. Of course, I saw that picture posted up in my memories on Facebook going, God, why did I ever let myself get that fat?
Yeah, really. My ideal weight's somewhere around 165, 170. And
135 is where I feel my best.
oh, Lord, when I was that small, I looked like a walking skeleton. Lindsay thought I was going to drop dead on her. That was when she first got here, and I was coming out of a year of deep depression, and I did not eat. I did not take care of myself at all that entire time until she got here, and it took a good 6 months for me to come out of that and get back to something approaching normal.
I saw John just like the picture I posted. Dan, name a book that made you cry.
Algebra?
Yeah.
No. I do algebra for fun nowadays.
That's so wrong.
They call it Excel spreadsheets, but it's still algebra.
Hey, I had trouble with, adding, subtracting, times in, and goes into's.
You know what's funny?
When they put the alphabet in there, I was done.
I sucked at algebra in high school. Then I joined the Army and started working with explosives, and algebra made a lot more sense now.
Yeah, really. Let's see. How far can I run before this thing blows me to bits? Oh.
I have to pull out one of those sheets one day that shows all the formulas for like cutting steel with C4 and stuff like that.
Well, basically, when I was in elementary school, they had these charts of functions where you had this formula and you just punch in different numbers and the formula would do all the rest, but you had to do it with, pencil and paper. Now I've got Excel spreadsheets. All I got to do is I type this number in this box. I've got this formula over here and I get the answer over here, and I never have to do the math. All I got to do is put in one number because I figured out the formula and where the answer is supposed to be. But it's still algebra. And I'm going, if they'd had this when I was a kid, I'd probably got beat up a whole lot more for being the smartest kid in the class. Happened often enough.
Yeah.
Oh. And I wasn't even the smartest. I was just the one that did the homework.
John, what is it when you smell almonds?
Cyanide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Donna's trying to collect on your insurance is what it is.
Because the transmission fluid's starting to smell like almonds now.
You got to stop going to Taco Bell. They ain't treating you right.
What did your dog eat? That might be doggy gas.
I don't know. Dogs ain't in here.
Oh.
That's why you're hearing them barking off in the distance.
Oh, that's what sounds like a Pink Floyd album.
Yeah. They're mad because I won't let them in here. The little dog, Lily, she's seriously scratching on the door right now to get in here. I can't get within 20 or 30 feet without her. She follows me to the bathroom now.
Actually, I need to do the thing.
Apparently lima beans contain cyanide and will smell like almonds.
I ain't had no lima beans in a long. Oh, now I want lima. Is that lima beans? Is that what they call butter beans?
Yeah, sort of.
That's one variety. Yeah.
I ain't had butter beans in so long. I love butter beans.
Me too.
They don't like me too well.
Which would explain a almond smell.
I wonder now. Other varieties of legume.
WebMD says that the almond smell is an indication of cyanide poisoning. But,
Well, yeah, I kind of got that from
yeah,
British Murder Mysteries.
That's exactly one of the symptoms you need on a WebMD site.
Yeah, really. It's one of those. Oh my God! Somebody done poisoned me.
Ma'am, is that an Almond Joy candy bar in your purse?
Well, I'll tell you, I've stubbed my toe and found out I was dying of toe cancer.
I don't look up anything on WebMD.
I came back at the wrong time.
If my shoulder hurts, it's going to tell me I've got all kinds of strange diseases instead of I work too hard.
Olfactory hallucinations often result from damage to the nervous tissue and will cause you to smell things like almonds.
Yeah, and like I said,
schizophrenia and depression.
That's exactly where I was going.
Medicines which cause olfactory hallucinations.
Well,
could that be my blood pressure medicine?
Oh, well, let me look it up. Let's see.
That's a possibility. It's unlikely, but it's a possibility.
It's going to end up being one of those things where Donna's in the other room making some almond tea, and he's just overreacting.
No, Donna doesn't make tea. Well, she does, but it's sweet tea.
And she got it from a friend. You don't know. I'm telling you, there's a rational explanation for everything. And I think this is everything. Shut up, Joe. Don't make fun of me.
Donna's not very sophisticated.
Boy,
she
these
thinks
people.
Earl Grey tea is nasty.
I believe
she doesn't believe in hot tea.
More sophisticated than you think. That's what I think. That's what I believe. She is more sophisticated than you think.
Well,
she puts ketchup on steak.
And you know what?
Yeah, that's just like,
hey, putting ketchup on steak was good enough for one of our presidents. It's good enough for her. I couldn't get through that. I couldn't get through that with a straight face.
It's good enough for Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo boo.
And she don't like.
Is there any ketchup in that picnic basket?
Let me check, Yogi.
Oh, that was actually very good.
Well, that was a good boo-boo.
Thank you.
Now, Lindsay thinks that Earl Grey tea is all posh and pretentious because it's got lavender in it.
Does it?
Oh,
yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so that's why I fart like a damn mule when I drink it.
I thought it was. I thought it was bergamot, which is the other flower.
Well, it could be, but somewhere I read it was lavender, so I could be wrong, and I would be gladly corrected by anybody who knows better.
Tea. All right, let's see here. Earl Grey tea is tea blend, which has been flavored with the addition of oil of bergamot. Taste traditionally, Earl Grey was made from black teas such as China Kimoon, and therefore intended to be drunk without milk. Lemon tea, Ceylons, much stronger as Ceylons, which are better. Other varieties have been introduced as well, such as green or oolong. Ugh.
Oolong's not bad.
Well, it is for Earl Grey.
Well, yeah. Lindsay got a tea shipment from England. There's something called Asham, which is, that is some good hot tea right there. I mean, I could swap that out for coffee every once in a while and not be displeased whatsoever.
I had a guy tell me at one of the conventions. He was one of the British guys that shows up at conventions. And we were talking about tea, and he lives stateside now. But he was trying to get his friends to send him some tea from England. And, they were slow to keep the shipment's coming. So he sent him a box of Lipton.
I bet that corrected the situation.
Quickly, with an apology note.
This is the best we got over here.
So, unsurprisingly, no surprise to anybody, I got hammered at a furry convention. I got locked out of my hotel room because I decided it'd be a brilliant idea to go for a swim in the hotel fountain and lost my room key.
In the hotel fountain?
I don't know where I lost it. I just know that when I got out of the hotel fountain, I didn't have pants. And then I later found the pants. There was no room key, so I don't know where I lost it.
Was a redhead involved?
I don't know his name. No, I'm kidding. I was by myself. Everybody was like, "Look at Skunk. He's hammered again." But no, I tried to get back in the hotel room, but everybody was too drunk or stoned to open the door, so I couldn't get back in. 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can't get back in the hotel room. I'm at a con. I start looking around and I notice way up on like the 6th or 7th floor of this hotel, I can see a flag. It's a Union Jack flag in a doorway and it's billowing. The door's open. Like, well, whatever's going on up there, I'm going to go check it out because I got nothing else to do. So I walk up there, 4:00 in the morning. I walk in, and there's these two guys. Hello, we're having breakfast. I'm like, awesome. I just woke up. I got locked out of my hotel room. I don't know what's going on. They're like, well, we're just sitting here watching BBC and checking the news and having a spotted tea and some biscuits if you'd like to join us. I was like, yeah, sure. And they invited me in. It was just they were a lovely couple. A couple of gay furry dudes from the UK. And we sat there, we watched BBC News and drank Earl Grey and had, they said biscuits. It was the first time I discovered this. Even though I've been watching UK television for years, it was the first time I discovered this. They didn't mean biscuits. Like we mean biscuits. No, it was cookies. Like little manila cookies. That's what it was. And it was awesome. Oh, it was the best, and I ended up getting their this was back in the day. It was IRC. I got their IRC names and stuff, and AOL Instant Messenger and all that. I hadn't talked to those guys since.
Oh,
I really wish I could meet back up with those dudes because they were really nice. They were just super cool. The coolest guys. Honestly, literally the coolest guys I met all weekend. No one else was as cool as those two dudes. Those guys were awesome. They were very. All them. I'm not trying to say anything bad about our country, but all the Americans at this convention were brash and vulgar. I'm including myself in that group. And these guys were sweet and kind and nice and loving and welcome everybody, and they weren't creepy about it.
I'll tell you right now, people from Britain can tell you to go to hell in such a way you look forward to the trip.
Yeah.
You better be careful with that. Yeah.
No. I'm agreeing. They also, if you ask them the time of day, they'll tell you how to build a clock. If you ask them for a cup of tea, they'll tell you the entire history of the British East India Company. You're in pain, Joe.
Yes, I am. Have we got another line of storms coming through, John?
we do. We should get hit with one right around 2:00 here in Ringgold. I'm not sure about your neck of the woods.
Okay. Well, I can feel it.
There's a slight break in the storm right now, and we're going to get hit with another one here like 2:00. So that's probably what you're feeling is the pressure's changing.
Yeah.
Yep. I have been occasionally glancing at the radar for us, and we've got this weird thing of geography going on here where storms kind of split before they actually get to the house. There could be some really horrible weather coming, and then it'll dodge us just because the way the landform affects the winds on the ground, which drags on up into the clouds. Now that's not dependable because there will be tornadoes here from time to time, and they don't care anything about geography. They're going to go where they want to go.
We call that the Monteagle Split up here.
Yeah.
I mean, we can have a good winter storm just plowing across Alabama and Tennessee, and it hits Monteagle Mountain and splits around Chattanooga and slams up about Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly the effect that I'm talking about.
Uh-oh, we got an update from Heather.
Oh, wow.
Checking in, just got out of the safe space. Damage reported a few miles from the house, and the power flickered up there. Okay, good, because I was worried about you. I was glad to know you're safe.
If you can, jump on the show. You got another 30 minutes. You can jump in.
Yeah, you got another 30 minutes.
Really. And may I say, hello, nurse.
Yeah, we saw the picture. Congratulations. Well, she's almost done.
I can't believe I can't believe they made her wear a Dixie Cup hat for the picture, though.
The what?
The nurse Dixie Cup hat.
Oh,
that's probably traditional. Don't give her a hard time about that. She looked.
No, just you
she
think
looked really nice. I mean,
you think they have something a little bit. I haven't seen a nurse wear. The last time I saw a nurse wear a hat, I was having my tonsils taken out in a Catholic hospital.
And you were what, 10?
6. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, about the same era I did.
Yeah. Now, if a nurse has something on her head, it's usually one of those surgical
shower cap thingies. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something with a light.
Yeah.
And a mask, view plate, breathing apparatus. She sounds like Darth Vader.
And one of those lead vests that she goes, this won't hurt a bit. I'll just be over here behind this wall.
I'll be over here behind the big metal screen with the lead glass. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Click. Oh, now I'm an X-Man.
Yeah, I was asking. I had to go get X-rays on my knees for the other day, and I asked the girl. I said, how is it? I notice y'all don't use film anymore. It's all digital. She says, yeah, we've only got 2 plates now. They slide it in, it downloads. She puts it over in another thing, and it erases it, and then hold on.
And then that happens.
And then Joe Dog has to run to the storm
Quick,
cellar.
call the rescue racer. Get HR Puffin stuff to go out and rescue Jimmy and the flute. Yeah.
Either that or call for Lassie. She'll know what to do. What do we got? Ooh. That big orange cloud just went right over my house.
No, that won't go over your house until about 3 o'clock.
No, I mean, in the view there was one that went right over my house.
All right, tornado warning, or not warning, tornado watch until 2 a.m. in Hamilton, Bledsoe, and Bradley County.
Yeah, that's the one. And to zoom in on Athens there, and that's close enough.
Where is it? There's Athens.
Yeah. That's close enough.
Oh, hey, Dan, have you ever been out there to the Apocalypse Monument?
Yeah, sure have. Several times. That doesn't even have a gate to keep the cows from going into the road. It has one of those fancy driveways with the pipes with a gap in between. The cows are afraid to cross it, and it's impressive, but it's kind of tiny from what you hear about it.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah. I see what you're talking about. I see it do the split.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, it just does that. Now we're
Now-
north of Athens in Madison County, but it's only like 7 minutes to
Yeah,
well, it's
our
about 15
mountains-
minutes to downtown Athens.
Our mountains run through here,
Yeah.
and then we have another small line of mountains here, and that's usually where everything breaks up. Is in this area.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh, you can see Athens, Georgia, and Athens, Tennessee in that now.
Athens. You draw a line between them. You get Dahlonega. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know there's a Greenville in every state in the continental U.S.?
I believe it.
One of my short stories, I had a trip
Is there a
plotted. for a
Greenville?
machine.
Is there a Greenville in Rhode Island?
Skunk, you're about to hear some thunder.
As far as I know, there is. I was working on a short story, and it turned out that I could plot the path of my little expedition in the 1800s crossing the U.S. from Greenville to Greenville to Greenville.
Are you getting hail, Joe?
I don't know. Hold on a minute.
And I thought somebody was typing.
No, that's the rain hitting my window.
Oh. I can't stand the rain against my window.
Blame it on the rain.
Well, the house across the street I can't see.
Well,
Well, it's raining pretty hard out there.
oh, you don't have your sculpture turned on over there above your left shoulder. Hello, pretty lady.
Dan says hi.
Hi, Dan.
It's dinner time for the dogs.
And you get the leftovers?
Yeah.
Dan who? Next door Dan?
No, Dan Hollifield.
Oh,
Dan and Lindsay. Oh, another alert.
Hold on to your butts.
That sounds.
In effect until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Friday, and now includes the following counties in Georgia: Catoosa, Chattooga, Dee, Gordon, Murray, Walker, and Whitfield. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area.
All right.
Yep, the
Well,
one
I
we
guess-
got this afternoon was a warning. A
Warning.
tornado had actually been spotted.
Yeah.
But it
We have
went north of us, so
we have down here in Georgia. We have 49% chance until 2 a.m.
Yep.
Isn't that a 50-50 chance? Just minus 1%. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. That's,
Oh, Dan, something would be interesting to you. Maybe you saw it on the Armchair Rocket Science or not. The Ingenuity helicopter on Mars.
yes.
did it fly?
Not yet.
No, but they actually put a piece of the Wright brothers flyer
On-
on the helicopter, took it to Mars. There's a piece of cloth from the wings.
Technically, isn't that vandalism? Oh.
it's they say it's about the size of a postage stamp, and it's underneath the on the underside of the solar panel.
go, Annie.
All right.
Shut you in with the dogs.
Yeah, I get the two little ones at feeding time. She locks them in here so the other dogs don't steal their food.
Yep, that's understandable. we have to separate the cats from time to time. Some of them on the porch to be fed, some of them in the house to be fed, and some of them outside to be fed. And then the raccoon gets the outdoor cat food.
Well, what's so funny is the two little ones argue over which bowl they get to eat out of. They've grown up together, but they still can't eat out of the same bowl.
Mm. Oh, I saw a cute video the other day. It was two cats eating out of the same bowl, and they were passing the bowl back and forth to each other.
Were they passing the bowl, or were they grabbing it and pulling it to themselves?
They were pushing it to each other.
Okay.
It was so cute.
I've seen the one where one would grab, one would take a bite, and when they'd lift their head up, the other one would reach over and pull the bowl over. Sorry about that, everybody. Would pull the bowl over, get a few bites, and the other one would grab it and pull it back to them.
Well, this was exactly the opposite. It was just it was so sweet. They were just sharing without anybody standing there making them do it, as far as I know. That's right up there with the little dog with the buttons on the floor that lets it make sentences out of pre-recorded words. Feed me was the most important thing in its vocabulary. I kept wondering if its name was Seymour.
I'm reading something at the moment that said if aliens live on a super Earth, which is bigger than our planet with higher gravity, could they actually launch rockets? That's a Scott Manley one there, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, of course they could, because to them, their gravity would be
normal.
But is it physically possible to build a rocket powerful enough to leave that kind of gravity?
Depends on their technology.
Yeah, it just depends on their technology.
And it would also depend on the gravity. I mean, it'd be kind of difficult for somebody living on Jupiter to launch something, because that's quite a heavy bubble there you've got to go through. But
it all boils down to the technology.
Yeah,
I'm gonna share that to Stupid.
Super Earths are like usually 3 to 5 times the size.
Yeah.
And just because it's that large doesn't mean that it actually has that mass. It might be lighter weight material making a planet, but if you're going to have life, it had to have some kind of appreciable gravity.
Well, for a planet to get that big, it's got to have a decent amount of it's got to have a decent amount of mass that can generate that kind of gravity, or you wouldn't have a big planet. That's why we can never terraform Mars,
because it's too damn little.
It's too little. It doesn't have enough gravity to hold a decent atmosphere.
And actually, Venus has a stronger gravity field than we do.
Well, they think the core is a little denser too. The atmosphere definitely is. So,
Well, yeah.
The atmosphere is 20 times denser than on Earth.
Yeah, and it's mostly sulfuric acid.
Oh, what was it?
Carbon dioxide.
It's mostly carbon dioxide, which is a lot denser than oxynitrogen. But and then it's got, because of the carbon in the atmosphere, it made acid. Was it the Soviets landed a lander there and it lasted 2 hours or something like that?
Yeah.
I think the first one was like 45 minutes. The second one was maybe 2 hours. I don't think they did a third yet.
It's the Bobbies. Run. Okay.
National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Catoosa County in northwestern Georgia, central Whitfield County in northwestern Georgia, southern Walker County in northwestern Georgia, northwestern Chattooga County in northwestern Georgia, until 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:34 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
That's me.
Yep.
Yep. That thing's more annoying than the PA and the walkie-talkies I have to listen to at work.
Is that a weather radio or is it Alexa?
It is a walkie-talkie with built-in weather radio.
Gotcha. Weather alert radio, not just weather radio.
Yeah.
It actually does the alerts.
Yeah, which means even if you get it turned off, it'll turn itself on and tell you.
No, if it's turned off, it doesn't. But
Apparently, you can do that with Alexa. There's an app for it.
Yeah, I actually have that in my room at Halicon. I mean, just never hurts to have something going. Of course, everybody's got phones with alerts and all that, but
Yeah, Lindsay's went off with the tornado warning today. Mine didn't, and I was only 15 miles away.
well, we were down in Huntsville and Channel 3's. I had Channel 3 weather alert, the local station up here. I had their weather alert, and it went off in Huntsville for an alert in Huntsville.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's good.
I think Huntsville is a weather node. National
what's-
Weather Service office.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me a bit.
The next closest one from Huntsville is Morristown, Tennessee.
Morristown. And I think Nashville is one, or
No, Morristown gets everything on that side. I think the next closest one, the one that's closest to Nashville, is Bowling Green. If I remember.
okay.
I was working on a project because I had an idea. Anyway, maybe I'll tell you about it someday. I wanted to talk about what Sean said. Sean wanted me to put Wade on for story time, which Wade is it's one of my wrestling buddies. Wade is weird. Would y'all be? I'm asking because I might bring him on one day. Would y'all be opposed to having like a 19-year-old weirdo on this show who has?
We already got you.
I'm in my 30s, man.
John.
This guy, no. Here's the thing. This boy is an absolute sweetheart. He's got a heart of gold, which I don't. Okay, I'm pretty sure mine's made out of like aluminum or carbon or something. Right? He's got a pure heart of gold. But he has no filter, and he has no idea that sometimes the things that he says make people look at him like he's lost it.
That would be a Saturday show.
Would you be okay with having this guy on the show?
That would be a Saturday after show.
He's he's not going to say anything. He's not going to say anything offensive, per se.
But he might say something inadvertently that we could get reported for.
Oh, nothing like that. Nothing like that. He just, I
mean, we can say plenty of offensive things on our own.
He's understand. He's very ADD. I mean, he's very much. He gets distracted. He's squirrel. He's one of those guys. Oh, like I said, he's a sweetheart, but he'll just randomly. He'll change subjects on you, like I'm in the middle of a conversation, and he'll just be like, "You haven't even finished what you're saying." And he's like, "Oh yeah, did you watch AEW Dark last night?" Wade, we were talking about spark plugs. Why did you suddenly change the subject? Oh, I just thought about it.
Yes, but it's logical
to know
him.
if you wanted to. Yeah, he's an absolute
I
sweetheart.
live with
Though. Would you
somebody
be
like
okay?
that. I live with somebody like that. No.
What, Donna or Greg?
Both.
Hey, Joe Dog, this is coming from the guy who has the shirt that says that you have ADD if you get distracted by squirrels. So
at least it's in alphabetical order.
That's the OCD shirt.
Well,
what's ADD?
the problem with Donna is she brings up conversations we had years ago.
See, that's not attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
That's not attention deficit disorder.
That's female.
That it. John, I was going to say that is an attention.
Anything you've ever said in your
That
life
is an
will be
attention
held against you.
overage disorder right there.
It's what?
That's an
I
attention overage disorder.
Yeah.
Is what that would be. That would be somebody coming. It would be. It's like. Oh God, I'm thinking about Sheldon Cooper.
Mhm.
That'd be what that would be like. Yeah. I'm comparing your wife to Sheldon Cooper. Remember how Sheldon? They would remember they were looking at the list of Sheldon's enemies because somebody wanted to know whether or not they were on the list or who was on the list, or it was the guy they wanted to know why Sheldon hated this guy, this random guy they've never met before, and they knew nothing about the guy. They wanted to know why Sheldon hated him, and Sheldon wouldn't tell them. Right, so they went to look at the list of people he's wronged, and later on in the episode, somebody said something, and Sheldon looks at him and goes like, "Do you want me to re-add you to the list?" And
Re-add.
yeah, exactly, because the person brought up the fact that like Sheldon's forgiven me for the thing that happened 13 years ago or whatever, and they were like, "What happened 13 years ago?" They're like, "I'll tell you later." And Sheldon brings it up. He's just like, "You want me to re-add you to the list for the time that you left the milk out or whatever it was," and he like even recited like the date and time. You know, that's Donna.
Donna will. I mean, good conversation going in the car. Even Megan is like,
Joe, she's standing right behind you.
ow.
Made him look.
First off, the fact that he has a camera that he could look into and see that that's not the case, right? He has a little screen on StreamYard, and you still got him to look. Says more about Donna than it does about him.
It wouldn't matter if he had a camera outside the door watching to see who walked up to it. Once you've been married long enough, you look. You don't trust mirrors. You don't trust reflections. You don't trust anything except your own eyes.
I mean, seriously, she'll change subjects so hard it gives you a headache.
Yeah, that's Wade.
And when you're trying to get everything guided back in and try to figure out what's going on, she's mad at me because I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, Wade's not going to get mad. It's just that he will tell you exactly what he's wanting to change the subject to. You're not mad about the fact that he changed the subject. You're not mad. He's not mad at you for not knowing what he's talking about either, because you do know what he's talking about. He just told you. You're mad. You're mad because he just suddenly changed the subject out of nowhere. I remember one time we were sitting there trading, and Jaden was explaining something like it was something that was very important, like one of the major lessons in professional wrestling. I don't remember exactly which one it was that he was going on about. It was probably related to selling, because that's a big deal. Selling moves in the ring and making them look like they actually hurt more than they do, because they still hurt. Trust me, I have a welt on the side of my head right now from Monday, from where a dude kicked me in the head. But it could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? I got to sell it like it was death because it was his finisher. You know, and out of nowhere, Wade just started asking. This is where we made fun of him for liking Kenny Omega so much, because out of nowhere he was just like, "Oh, did you watch the G1 Climax last night with Kenny Omega?" And Jaden, just trying not to be that guy at that moment, like clenches his fist, and you can see he's very angry about the fact that he just got interrupted. He looks at Wade. He goes, "Wait, what the hell does that have to do with what I'm talking about?" He's like, "Oh, I just thought, you know, did you watch it?" And he was like, "Shut up, Wade." It just went right back to what he was talking about. And it was I mean, that's the kind of guy Wade is, right? And Wade just is like, whatever, you know, he brushes it off. But I mean, if you think Nick, because Wade's a really quiet guy, if he's not talking about something, if you brought Wade on here, a lot of times he will sit there and he'll actually listen. But when he wants to change the subject, he'll jump in. He'll jump in randomly and just change the subject. It's sort of like having a Nick talker on delay.
Well, now here's the thing with Donna. Donna will start talking about a person and only use their first name.
And you might know 50 people with that name.
Yes.
Yeah, because we had a discussion earlier tonight. I said Joe, and I had to clarify I didn't mean you, my roommate.
Now,
because everybody knows somebody named fucking Joe. Everybody knows like 9 people named Joe. How many
Joe?
Pretty much.
We got John. We got Dan.
Dan.
You know,
John. No. Okay. All right. I'm not saying that. Yeah. This is why I use a nickname. It easily identifiable. There's no way. I've literally in my life I've met 2 other people who use the nickname Skunk. 2, right? Just 2. One was a crust punk that we met who was hanging out on Fraser Boulevard with his buddies drinking beer, and I met him on my birthday. And the other one was this weirdo chick, I don't remember exactly where I met her, but I remember she told me her nickname was Skunk. That's it. That's 2 people. Bill told me Bill Shaw told me he's known one other guy named Skunk. So okay. So that's like 4 people, right? And that's it. That's 4 people. And outside of Joe, what's her name? Skunk hair lady from Helicon. I can never remember her name.
Hey.
We just always call her. Yeah. But hey, is the only other person I know even has something close to it. You know, and so you know, it's everybody says, anybody that's in our friend circle, if they say Skunk, you know they're talking about me. You know exactly what they're talking about. If I'm having a conversation with somebody in our friend circle and I say Dan, they're going to be like, which one? You know, like 12. If I say John, it's even worse.
Or
Bill. Joe. William's another one. See, Bill and William, Bill, William, they all get mixed in together. Did you really just bring her photo up? This is Skunk and Assy. She's an amazing artist. She's
a great singer.
She's a 1980s post-punk, kind of a post-punk new wave sort of act. Very Grace Jones.
Very Grace Jones. Yes.
Well, see, our next door neighbor is Dan. I said, Dan says hi. She says the one next door. No, Hollifield on the screen. Oh, she goes, I thought you were talking about that guy next door.
Well, it's like it's
guy next door ain't on the screen yet.
So,
we've got this one little girl at work. She calls me John.
You know what part of the problem is with all of this?
I just want to say hi to Nikio001. I don't know what the Z means, but hello, welcome to the show. That's a face or a name we haven't seen, but thank you.
Yeah, welcome
to the madness.
It happens on Brian's show all the time. All the time it happens on Brian's show, because when people talk about Brian, we don't know if they're talking about Brian K. Morris or Brian Rodman. They're both
Brian Rodman, and there's another Brian in there too.
When they had,
I just watched them tonight. I was gonna say, they were trying to figure out which one that somebody had referred to.
Yeah, they had Brian. It was on Clever Telepending. They had Brian and Brian on at the same exact time. Or was that never mind the further? I don't remember which one it was.
It was Brian and Brian. It was the comic show tonight.
Well, I forgot they do that together too, and they're both named Brian. It's weird.
It's very entertaining. I've got to try
Brian and Brian.
Yeah. I got to try and watch.
I was going to say.
Now I've just senior momented her name. Tomorrow night, Tidbits and Scribbles. Michaela.
Michaela?
Yeah. Oh, she was.
I got to try and be awake this week when she comes on, because I have a bad habit of taking a nap as soon as I get home, and the next thing I know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's time to go to bed.
I've done that a couple of times. Actually, this reminded me I need to check my Facebook. Because I honestly saw Michaela was about to post something on my Facebook page, and she didn't.
Oh,
I saw her typing. It said because she liked the comment, and then it said somebody is typing a comment. So she liked the comment, and then I realized she was typing something.
Answer it. Yeah.
Right?
Well, Brian, what do you expect?
She stopped. So I was wondering
we
if she
call
said
the devil's name, and then he appears.
We said Brian too many times. That's what it was. It's like Beetlejuice.
Or Candyman.
Keep waiting. Well, I keep waiting for one of them to blow up, and it ain't the Candyman.
Hey, Beetlejuice Candyman, Beetlejuice Candyman, Beetlejuice Candyman.
Guess who's going
You have to say Candyman 2 more times.
Oh, you got to say
Mary.
Candyman
Bloody
5
Mary.
times?
Bloody Mary.
All right.
Oh, you keep saying Bloody Mary. I'm gonna.
But you know what the problem?
Wish I had materials to drink one.
Hold
Yeah.
Hold up. You know what the major problem with this is, though? We were already talking about Cabrini Green earlier, and now you're bringing up Candyman. Takes place at Cabrini Green.
Oh. Yep.
See, that's everything. Everything looks back to Chicago. And I'm the Chicago native. What's up? Shit.
There you go, John. Top that.
Brian, give us the name of what you call COVID-19, because me and Joe Dog couldn't say it earlier. We tried. The Miley Cyrus, the Backstreet Boys, Peter Pan peanut butter alert, or whatever.
Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter Pandemic. That's it.
Okay, well, let's get Brian's confirmation on that to make sure you said it correctly.
Wait. Let's see if we can get Joe to do it again. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait.
Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter Pandemic.
Well, I want to get his confirmation on it. I want to make sure you said it correctly. It's okay.
Joe wins.
Okay, My Sharona, Miley Cyrus, Peter Pandemic. I like what I said better, but I mean, I was also quoting Tourette's guy, which is something that I do very often. Or I'm just like, I don't know. He says a bunch of weird stuff.
Okay, who hit that button?
Waiting on that button all night.
Who hit that button?
I had my finger on the button right when I realized it was 154. So
yeah, well, I had my phone in my hand, so it wasn't me.
Skunk, do you want to do the Rising Tide Network thing?
Oh God, yes, we haven't done that.
We need to come up with a name for that.
Not tonight, no.
No, it's the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Is what it's called.
I mean, no, that for you doing that, we need to come up with a name for it.
The ad plate.
The plug.
The plug. Yeah, the plug. So it's a blip vert. It's a blip vert.
Okay. Who wants to bring it up?
Stupid O'Clock and Armchair Rocket Science are private members of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, where Rising Tide races all ships, is our program schedule, all times here Eastern, Sunday, Comics, Chaos, and Sass at 10 p.m. on Facebook. Monday is Never by the Furthermore at 10 a.m. Facebook and YouTube. Tuesday is Clever Title Pending at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. And TED Talks at 10 a.m. on YouTube. Wednesday is Never by the Furthermore at 10 a.m. Facebook and YouTube. Thursday is TED Talks at 11 a.m. on YouTube. Creative as Hell at 8 p.m. on Facebook. Stupid O'Clock at 9 p.m. on YouTube. Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Fridays, Never Mind the Furthermore, 10 a.m. Facebook and YouTube. Michaela Jade's Tidbits and Scribbles at 7 p.m. on Facebook or on YouTube. And Historical Fencing at 8 p.m. on YouTube. Saturday, Stupid O'Clock at 11 p.m. on YouTube. And then we have the Wild Card Armchair Rocket Science, where whenever launches is scheduled by NASA, SpaceX, or Blue Arrowjet on YouTube. www.facebook.com/Rising Tide Broadcast Network for more information.
Yeah. Oh, and guys, I'm going to call it now. We're not doing an after show. I'm hurting too bad. This storm's killing me. I guess it's the storm coming in. It has been torture sitting here tonight.
Well, sorry to hear that because I was really looking forward to it, but whatever.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
y'all
your health is more important than my comfort.
Yeah. And Brian, look forward to a big drop announcement possibly tomorrow or Saturday about HaloCon, registration, and hotel rooms.
You can't show that, John. I could already see what you brought up, and you can't show that. We'll get in trouble.
I bet I can.
I didn't see what it was, so I guess we can get away with it.
It's a YouTube.
It was a YouTube video, and I know exactly which one you brought up because I saw it and I recognized it instantly. You can't play that. We don't know copyright to that.
Oh,
What was it?
Blipverts
Blip
from
hurts.
Max Headroom.
Oh,
The Blipverts clip where the dude explodes. You can't. We don't own the copyright to that. We'll get in trouble.
hotel shenanigans. Uh-oh. Donna and Carl about to go freaky. So
About to go freaky.
Freaky, and I like you a lot. Okay.
You don't think they were already freaky?
frisky.
They were in the same room together for the last hour.
Well, so anyway, I
Gloss that right over.
yeah, I don't want to get into that. Yeah, it's gonna take too long. So some accidental
Only
humor
if
for
they're
you.
both
I think that's the plan, Brian. I really think that's the plan.
Good night, everybody.
Skunk speechless. That's a rare moment.
I got nothing, dude. I got nothing. What do you expect me to say?
It was so bad.
You
Even
want
camera
me
blurred
to?
out.
You want me to? What do you want me to say? Do you want me to tell Carl to wear a condom? I mean,
All right. And with
see
that,
now, Joe Dog's speech.
And with that, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, well, we were just talking about that,
We're
apparently.
just talking about wrapping it up.
And since we're wrapping it up, we're going to wrap up this show. So thanks
Or
everybody
you
for
attacker.
tuning in.
Wrap your whacker.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will
Captain
catch
Condom
y'all-
says, "Wrap that rascal."
Yeah, we'll catch everybody Saturday night, 11 o'clock on this channel. Since we can't go to YouTube and
Or Facebook.
Brian,
Facebook.
Facebook.
We can go to YouTube.
We can go to
we can
YouTube.
go to
We can't go to
YouTube.
Facebook.
And Brian, this is my new attitude about broadcasting on Facebook.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
I want to know what show that is. Well, I just kicked my desk.
Hot in Cleveland.
Oh, okay. I
And-
knew it wasn't Golden
Wait.
Girl.
Hot in Cleveland, starring Betty White. So is this on Skinamax?
No, that was on. I think it was
Network.
a Nick at Night show.
It's
Was it?
No, it's not Nick and Night. Nick and Night shows reruns. Hey, it's in syndicated stuff. It's 2 p.m. 2 p.m. It's been 2 hours. We got to end the show. End the show.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Oh, I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.